What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel, Yak Nasty Adventures in Fishing. And today, we're going to be talking about plastics, okay? And the plastics I like to use and switch it up to when it comes into September, October, November. For some of you guys up north, maybe not so much November, December, but here in Delaware where I'm at, we can still fish on into November most years. And last year, fished all year? Crazy, right? Anyway, transitioning in September. Now, September normally marks, the end of September normally marks the transition in the fall. We're starting to get cooler nights now here on the East Coast, and we have those warm days. We're going to have those 90s. We're going to have those 80 degrees. We're going to have those high temperature days. But at night, that water is going to cool on down. And so what I've been fishing, guys, what I've been fishing has been definitely different from what everyone else is fishing, especially when it comes to plastics and how we're using them. A lot of guys are using some fancy baits out there, and hey, I love fancy baits, don't get me wrong, but right about now, if you want to catch them, you got to be different, you got to stand out from the crowd, and you definitely have to use something that the fish don't see often. That's so very enticing. You know what I mean? So guys, with that being said, I'm gonna start off real basic. It's one of my favorite baits, bait number one, plastic number one for the month of September that I love to use. You guys seen me use it before on this channel. Fluke. And I love the Zoom Super Fluke Junior and the Zoom Super Fluke. They are just the original flukes. I mean, it just don't really get any better than that. And I mainly get it in 2 to 3 colors, guys. I keep it real simple. Real simple. A nice little shad pattern, little type sexy shad style. And you guys have seen it here before. All of it. You've seen it. That pearl white right there. And now this one here, I'm probably gonna have to throw away. Looking at this tail, I just kind of threw it in the pack, bent it up a little bit. Not really what you want, guys, but I don't know. I might use it when I'm out pickerel fishing, because it doesn't really matter for the pickerels. They will take it down. They don't care if it's spiraling down. They don't care how crazy erratic looking it is. As long as when you pause it long enough, they can get a hold of it, they're just fine. So we're gonna hold that in. But the Super Fluke, guys, awesome stuff. This is the Super Fluke Plus right here. And man, that bait gets them. So the Super Fluke Junior, guys, I'm telling you, get you a soft plastic jerk bait, and man, you're gonna catch them. I like to give it a couple twitches, let that thing just settle on down, give it a few more twitches, let that thing bring it on down again, and man, you normally get something sweet on the fall. And Texas rig it, okay? You can throw that thing right up in the logs, right up in the brush, because during this little transition, fish are feeding up, especially those nice big bass you want to catch, all right? Those guys are feeding up. And so the transition up closer, they're starting to hit on some of those bait fish a lot more, and they do key in on smaller bait fish. So that's why I suggest the Junior. So you want to switch it up. If you see guys out there throwing the Super Fluke or a soft jerk bait, switch it up to that smaller profile, guys. And man, I love a soft jerk bait. You guys seen it a few times. That's how we get down right there, baby. Yep. So yes, guys, soft plastic jerk bait is bait number one, and that's going to get them. I'm going to tell you, you can't run from it. You can't hide from it. That's going to get bites. I'm telling you, all year round. But during this transition, that's when you're really going to want to do it. Now, bait number two. This is going to throw you for a little bit of a loop, because I don't see a bunch of guys doing it, or talking about it, but maybe they're out there doing it and just not saying anything, right? So, bait number 2, the rage tails, guys. This thing is a beast all by itself. Can't stop it. And a lot of guys, you know, they'll throw it on the back of their jigs. They're gonna throw it, spinner baits, maybe even buzz baits, you know, to get that little kick going right there. But I don't see a lot of guys talking about it or even using a rage tail, okay? So this bait, all by itself, guys, I'm gonna tell you, the rage tail, I mean, you see that? See how flexible it is? It just pretty much folds over. So you know these guys are back there just kicking. Now you can tear them apart. Most of the time, I tear them apart, guys. But you know, you can keep them right there together, and you'll still get some awesome action out of that rage tail. And these fish don't normally see it. You Texas rig this thing sideways, and it's like a little bait fish, you know, or a little swim bait, but it has the 2 tails to it, all right? Or, you know, whatever you want it to be, you know, you can set it up this way and it looks like a small crawl, all right? I like using white, all right? I definitely like using white. For my waters, they're always a little stained, a little tannic, and the white just stands out and it gets the bite. I didn't even mean to rhyme, guys, but that's what it does. So definitely give that rage tail a try, man, because Texas rig with a lightweight 16th ounce, 16th ounce bullet weight, man. This guy here is the 8th ounce, but get you, and I don't peg it. I just throw it up in there, in them logs, in the brush, in the junk, and man, I get bites. I'm telling you, the rage tail by itself does its thing, guys. So definitely check that thing out, right? That'll do for bait number 2, the rage tail. Awesome bait. Try it out, guys. You'll get them. All right. So moving on. Bait number 3. All right. Bait number 3 is real simple. Creature style bait. That's all you need. That's all you need. You can go with a beaver style bait. You can go with something with less appendages, stuff like that. But I really like to use a creature style bait. Definitely the lizard. All right. So for me, I'm going to pick up the lizard. I have one tied on now. All my rods are outside ready to go. But got one tied on right now. The lizard is a sneaky way to get in there. They don't see it much. Okay. You don't hear many guys out there talking about it. Yeah. This thing catches big ones. All right. We watched Ray catch big ones. And the only thing he fishes with is a black lizard, red flakes. He doesn't play any games with that, all right? So through him, I gained confidence in the black lizard. I had my confidence in a more brown or green pumpkin with red flake or black flake. Man, that black lizard dude with the red flake is unstoppable. Catches big ones, all right? And sometimes you got to slow down a little bit, but it gets them with the 3-bop. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. We've seen it here before. And if you haven't checked it out, you need to go ahead and check out a couple older videos and you'll see what I'm talking about right there. Now, another awesome creature bait, the old school crawl, baby. You know the rage crawl, you know what I mean? That thing just gets to going all by itself. Lightweight, 16th ounce weight. It'll just flutter on down, guys. That thing will just right through the water column. And bam, got him. Fish just get them, man. It's so amazing how that works. But yeah, it's a fish getter. And a lot of guys forget. You can just Texas rig this thing and throw it up in there. You don't have to really be punching, you know, real hard, crazy thick cover. You know, you could just flip it right on into that little cover, let it frolic on down, and you just snatch that fish right on out. I'm trying to tell you, that right there, combination, the lizard, the rage crawl, man, get your creature bait. and watch what happens, okay? This is real simple, textbook bass fishing. Right here is what I'm talking about, the staple of bass fishing, right? And you can always, try different things. Your Carolina rig, you got your free rigs out there. You got different ways to do things. So experiment with those baits and the cadences to see what those fish like the time you're out there on the water. Yeah. So guys, that'll take care of bait number 3. Yes, indeed. Now, we're getting in to the juice. Yeah, this is just what it is right here, guys. This is one of the techniques that I am loving right now, that I am having a great deal of fun with, and nobody's doing it. Not here anyway. No one's doing it. I'm the only one doing it. When I see guys out there fishing, I see what they're fishing with, and you guys are definitely going to see it next week on the KBF Knucklehead series for August. And man, there is some drama, there is some fun, there's some good and bad, and maybe a little ugly too. But at the same time, guys, this bait right here, last but not least, yeah, the thumping dinger, okay, by Yum. This worm right here with its grub style tail, okay, and its swim style, this kick. Let me see, can you see that? Yes, that's in green pumpkin. Let me get you the one of my favorite colors right here. Man, that's it right there. Oh my God. Look at that, guys. Look at that right there. That, man, this bait right here, guys, is phenomenal. And yeah, guys are using it, and guys are having a great time out there fishing this kicking dinger. Look at that tail. Look at that thing. It just is so awesome. You just can't help it. Can I focus on it? Oh my. Yes, look at that. You see how that tail is designed? You see that J all in there? Look at that, man. That is an awesome bait, man. And you see the rest just looks like a slender Cinco style bait or just a regular worm style bait. And this has been the trick. All right, green pumpkin with the red flake, and this here watermelon with the white. Oh man, with that black flake in there. Oh yeah, this bait, I'm telling you guys, is so awesome. And oh, wow, I'm telling you. And now I'm going to show you a little trick that nobody's doing right now, or I haven't heard anybody doing it. Okay, well maybe this is a sneak tip for bait number 5. I guess technically it would be a different kind of bait. So we're going to call this bait number 5. All right. Because when I was out there and I was fishing and I was trying to get some bites, and I just couldn't get too many things going, to be honest. I just couldn't find them. I couldn't figure it out. Didn't know what bait they would key in on. And so in my mind, I said, man, what haven't the fish seen? What haven't the fish bit on? What is it that you don't see guys fishing? The grub. Everyone forgot about the grub because we have so many new awesome baits. They forgot about the main staples, the grub, right? So I was out fishing, I was doing my thing and not catching any fish, and was wondering what would get a fish to bite. And the first thing I thought about was a grub. But all I had was a thumping dinger. A thumping dinger. That's the only thing I had, guys. That's it. So you know what I did? I made myself a grub. Just like that. Real simple. Real small profile. Look at that. Look at that. Now, of course, I'm going to clean this one up because I'm going to use this on the next trip out. But that's it. Right there. Had a thumping dinger. I said, man, I can't get them to bite worms. I can't get them to bite a swim bait. I'm just not hooking up. You know what I did? Pulled one of these. I cut the back end off that thing. I finessed it small so it can fit on a number 3 EWG hook, right? A number 3. It's a little smaller hook. And let's see if we can get a visual on this. Let me see this. There we go. Yeah, I put that little guy on a number 3 hook, man. EWG did the weedless. You can even go with a number 2. Like this one here, I'll probably put on a 2. All right, but you can cut it a little bit longer. It's really your preference and the size bait fish, really, that your bass are eating on, guys. Look at that. Oh my goodness, man. And you're looking at it like, man, that looks crazy. No, not at all. Because, see, unlike the grub that has that fatter body, you see that? That thicker meats to it. It's got a deliberate tail, right? A very deliberate, longer tail. They might not want that. They might not want that. They really, really might want that kicking action that they never see. Never see it. You don't want to know why? Because they don't have it in this profile. Okay? So you can match the hatch. You can make this thing this long, which is probably what? 3 inches? Yep, about 3 inches long. Or you can extend that, make it 4 inches, snip it, bam. Now you got a more slender profile, a smaller bait for some of these bigger finicky fish that they've seen it all, guys. They've seen your kietechs, they've seen your swim baits, they've seen everything, but they haven't seen this, guys. So this right here is the trick, and I'm going to be using this a lot, okay? And then see if I can somehow, I don't know, maybe duplicate it to make something like this, but more purposeful in its use. All right, so I'm gonna try it. I don't know. My wife, she bought me a plastic recipe book, you know, so I might dabble a little bit in doing some plastics up and seeing if I can make a mold or get something going there. I don't know, but I am enjoying myself, so I would definitely like to see, you know, something at this profile. Yeah, this small and just a little bit bigger, maybe up to 4 inches. And I'm telling you, I think that bait right there is the one. Oh yeah, see, that hack will get you going, right? I'm telling you, Texas rig that thing, throw it up in the logs, throw it up in the brush, throw it on the outside of them lily pads, man. Well, right now, some are dying off, but if you're still down in the southern ways, you still have some pads and you got some grass, Texas rig that and slow swim that thing right through the cover and watch what happens, man. It will get you bit, I'm telling you. And no, guys, we don't throw away this part, okay? All we do is shape it up, all right? So what I'm gonna do is just shape that area up. And this here is a small Senko style stick bait. And then you can take this small worm, all right? You could Texas rig it. Yeah, you can wacky rig it. You can, well, what is it? Nico rig it. You could do whatever you want. You can experiment with this, right? Because all you did was make a small Senko style bait. And if you cut it down to the 3-inch marks, you can even put it on a net head, and now you have a different color Ned that they don't see, okay? Because they don't see that pearl white with that watermelon and the black flake. They don't see that, guys. They normally see other colors, yes, designed for Ned rigs. So you got to switch it up and definitely use your resources in more than one way, guys. So, man, I kind of ended that with 5 baits in essence. But try that grub, man. Try the grub, okay? Now, you know, you're going to have to use a little finesse because these fish have seen it all summer long. So you switch it up, and these are the 5 plastics that I would use coming into September and walking through the beginning parts and even the middle parts of fall. Okay, guys? And if you enjoyed this video and you like what you saw, leave a comment. Tell me what baits you would use. Let me know how you would do some things, or unless you have some hacks out there for the plastics game for September coming in to fall transition, guys. So, yeah, leave a comment. Hit that like button. Subscribe, because we have more on the way. In August, Knucklehead series is about to blow, guys. I'm gonna tell you, man, August was fun, but I'm not gonna give you no spoilers on that one, I don't think. But yeah, guys, check it out. See you next week. Tight lines, all that good stuff everybody says, and stay safe. Peace.